Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to transform these little blocks here with a image scale to black and white on hover with a bit of text overlay. Now I did this a couple of years ago with the Divi 3. We're on to Divi 4 here. Divi 4 is absolutely awesome. If you want to take it for a test drive, you can do so from my affiliate link below this video. But since we last made this with Divi 3, things have gotten a whole lot easier. To do this with Divi 3, we had to use a bunch of custom CSS. Now we can do it just by using the modules and rows themselves. So let's get started. I'm going to build this on the front end as usual. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work. I guess I'll put a new row between these two here with the little green button there. I'll make it 3 columns just like the one above. And there it is. I'm just going to throw in a call to action. You can use the text module, blurb, whatever you want. I'm just putting that in purely because it's there. Okay, first thing I want to do is get rid of the background on this. I'll leave it there for a moment. What I want to do is have that text disappear and only appear when we hover. Now we've done this with these modules below before. It's pretty easy. What we're going to do, we're going to go into the design. I'm going to get rid of the title. Don't want a title. And I'm not going to use a button on this either actually. And I'm going to go into the design, and that's the body content there. So what I'm going to say is body text. Open the tab there. I'm going to go to the body text color. Now, as with most of these modules, if you hover over the dark item text here, some icons will appear to the right of it. The little arrow will give you an option to do different settings for desktop and hover. Okay, so for desktop, or regular non-hover state that is, I don't want to see the text. So I'm going to click on the color and pull the right hand slider all the way down. That's opacity right there. Let's get that all the way down. There we go. So you can't see it now. And on hover, I'm going to click the color again and pull that all the way up. So when we hover on it rather, we'll see the color. And when it's not hovering on it, you're not going to see that text at all. Now we've done that, I'm going to actually take that background color away. So let's go to our content, to the background. And there's the background color. Just hit the trash can. You can't see anything because the text is white there, but it is actually there. And I've just I just pulled the row there. Okay, now what I want to do, you can't really see anything there. I want to put our image in the background. And to do that, I'm not doing it on the module itself. I'm going to do it on the row. I could have done it on the module, but I'm going to do it on the row for this example. Let's go in there with a little cog for the row. Now here's our 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. First one, background. I'm going to give it an image. You've got color, gradient, image, and video. I'm going to go for an image. Hit the little plus icon. Choose the image. I guess I'll use the same one as I used before. Okay, now for the column, when I'm hovering over it, I want it to be just like it is. When I'm not hovering over it, I want it to be just like it is. When I am hovering over it, I want it to go black and white. And I also want it to scale, to grow, to get bigger. So let's go over to our design tab here. And we'll go down to filters. And again, I'm going to go down to saturation, which is color saturation. And again, just by hovering over the word saturation there, the icons will appear. Let's hit the little arrow so we can have 2 different versions. Now for the regular version, I'm going to leave it exactly like it is. If you want to go crazy, you can pull the contrast up a bit so everything pops out a little bit more. And for the hover version, I want it to be black and white. So I click on the hover and I can pull that slider all the way down to the left there. So we've got black and white. Okay, that's great. That's just what I want. Now what we want to do, I want to make it grow or get larger when you hover over it too. So let's go down to transform. A lot of this stuff we had to do with custom CSS before. With all these new features, you can do it just within the modules, which is fantastic. So I've got transform. The first one's scale. That's the one I'm going to use. So again, hover over where it says transform in the black there. Hit the little arrow. Regular mode, I want it to be normal size, 100%. In hover mode, let's bang it up to say 125%. There, so it's growing like that. Fantastic. Okay. Let's now just save and see what we've got, because we're going to need to tweak it a little bit, I imagine. Little purple button and over to the green button on the bottom right to save our page changes. Exit the visual builder. Let's go down there and let's have a look, see what happens. Okay, it's kind of working. Can't really see that text as well as I'd like. I guess we could turn it white. I think we had it white on this one, but even so I think the white's going to get lost in that background, but we can fix that. So let's go back in, enable the visual builder again. Go down to where we want to work. And okay, what did I want to do? I wanted to fix the text, didn't I? So if I go into the module itself, not the row with the background on it, let's make our text white. In fact, let's go down to the text color, and it's on the hover state. Let's make that white. We're over the color picture. Remember, the picture's on the column, so it's not showing the black and white. But I think for our black and white there, I'm going to need to put a little overlay over our grayscale image to make that stand out. So what I'm going to do is we're still in the main call to action settings box. So I'm going to go back to the content. I'm going to go to background. I'm going to put a black background in there, but I'm going to take the opacity down so much that you'll barely see it. It'll just help the text stand out a bit. So click on the black once it's in there, and our right hand slider, I'm going to pop this down to about 10 or 15%, because all I want it to do is offset that text a little bit against the background. Still want to be able to see everything. Remember, this is going to be black and white image behind there when we actually do this. So I'm going to leave it right about there, and I think we're done. Let's save our changes. Save the page changes. Exit the visual builder. Now let's see what we've got. There we go. I think you can read that text fine, and there's that black and white image behind. It's gone from saturated to very non-saturated. And the text is pretty legible. I'm quite happy with that. So there you have it. Like I say, last time we did this with the previous version from a couple of years ago, you had to do this with custom CSS. And as you've seen, you can do it all with the built-in features from the modules now, which is great. And for your other two columns, just simply rinse and repeat. Now don't forget, I've got junk text in here because I've really got nothing to say about this site. You will have. So if you have different amounts of text in your different blocks and they look like they're different sizes, just enable the visual builder again and I'll show you what to do. You go down to the block itself, the module, not the row, the actual module. You could do this with the row on fixed, make it all the same height. But if you go into each of your modules that you create, go to the design tab and go to sizing, you can set a fixed height for it. So they're all, they're all going to be exactly the same height if you put a fixed height in each one. And so it doesn't matter how much text you've got in there, it'll be that height. So that's the way to do that. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, take a look down below. We've got some great free web development courses down there, as well as some premium courses with some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers, so do check it out. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.